Thank you, Tim. All right. I probably have to put this a little higher. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna move this back probably. That would be wise. I'm sounding good, sounding live, sounding fresh. I'm gonna move this over here. Actually, that's fine. We'll leave it right there. What up? Actually, that's horrible. No, it's just need to adjust the microphone. Actually, can you just put it on top of this on top of the right there? Just turn it around though. Perfect.
Come on.
There we go. Perfect.
Yes. We are live.
What up? What up, Matthew? What's up, Jane? Matthew, Breckshot. AA side today. Michael Flannery says sounds great, looks great. Yeah, we might.
Bus.
There's what?
Banana bus.
Oh, Spirit. They're still on arriving from the west. So there's a banana bus. A lemonana.
Yellow banana.
You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
What up? Depending on how the show goes, we might hang out here at night and then do as well. But welcome in, everybody. Thank you again, first off, for all your kind words and support after the tough day yesterday. Really appreciate it. Means a lot. And I just want to let you know that I'm here for you as well. So,
yes, absolutely. So am I, everybody.
and Tim is here as well.
Hello, everybody.
See, Tim Arnold is there,
Guys.
representing the
Make sure to go
shirts.
to PipHastings.com.
That's right. There's our. It's not a Phoenix broadcast without Tim.
Oh, heck yeah, baby. Come on, the unofficial second co-host.
Yeah, Matthew, it'll be interesting to see what Spirit does. Right now, they still are going.
Yeah.
They've pulled out of a lot of airports. They're trying to restructure, so we will see. We're a little bit further down on the east side here, a little closer to the international gates. So we're hoping to switch flow. And what's up, Rainy Cajun? Jane says hi, Tim.
Keep my eyes on plate radar for any suspicious
Yep.
special liveries, heavies, any of that sort of nature.
Yep.
Also potentially passage, depending on how the winds go today. Anyway, yes, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to stream number. What number is this?
I think
What-
340.
Oh, wow.
340, yeah. Yep.
Hello again, everybody.
Oh, look at that. Harry Carey even decided to show up.
Check.
Harry Carey's in the show. What's up, Joe? Stitch Hawaiian. Everybody says hi to Tim. Spano sucks. Hi, Pip. I was just there last week. Terminal 4. The temperature when I was there was 82 degrees. It's often common the pilots ask to close the windows and turn the vents on. It's too hot. Amen. Yeah, this is, well, is this the 40? This is Terminal 4 garage.
Yep.
Yep. And
Today is supposed to be about 93
Low
degrees, which is
90s.
better than 110 plus.
yeah, Joe, I agree. So there's the 44th Street SkyTrain station that helps you transfer to the light rail. That is the one. Spano sucks if you want to transfer to the light rail. Let's see what we got, Joe. I got a couple of Harry Carey sounders or drops. What else we got here?
How's your mother, by the way?
There's that one. And Let's see. I got one more. Where is it?
This bud's for you.
There we go. This bud's for you.
Yep.
Yep. Not that I drink or anything, but can't be a Harry Carey broadcast without that. So.
Oh, yes.
So we are still on West Flow. I'm making a predictive play here that soon ATC will switch flow up. So there is downtown Phoenix, planes arriving on runway 8. Jonathan Longhorn says, I actually got to be here when you turned on the camera, unlike my 2 hours late. Well, thank you so much for being on time. Yeah, I haven't added that one yet, Joe. That's a good idea, though. So, thank you very much, Matthew. We're very proud. Yeah, last blocked field goal, and the Bears are 2-2. How about that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, tough day for the Raiders.
And the Sun Devils are officially 4-1. Unlike you or they, which I don't want to say anything else about.
Yeah, I know, Joe. What can I do, you know? I can only speak for me, not for Harry. What's up, Lynn? Greetings across the sea. What's up, Telly? It's nice to be out. And Aero Mexico is in. Rainy Cajun redid our intro music, so I'm going to play that at the top of the hour. Want to thank Rainy Cajun for that. Joe, it could be just this bud's for you, meaning I'm your bud. That's all. That's all it is. I don't know. It's pretty late for Air France today, or for the flow change, so Air France might land the other way. We will see.
Yes.
Spanos Sucks says, Jeff, how's it going before I get to Spanos Suck? Welcome in. Spanos Sucks says, went to Chase Field last week for the last Sunday home game of the D-backs. I didn't know if Air Force 1 and 2 were there last week for the memorial. I was looking for it. Yeah, they both were. They were here. Unfortunately, I had to work, so I couldn't come up here and catch it.
Unfortunately, me too.
Yep. Joe brings up a good point. Qantas actually flew in to New Orleans to pick up the Pelicans. They'll be playing down under for preseason basketball.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Luis Jaime, what's up? And I will give you a what's up back. Telly, g'day to Down Under.
And we have Delta 1431 from Salt Lake City.
Hey, that's one of the flights that diverted to Tucson last week. I know those numbers. I know those flight numbers. Joe says, oh, lucky for me to see them there. They just happened to be at the gate when I got there. Oh, nice. Lucky you, Joe. Yeah, that is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet, eh?
Yep. Southwest.
Which flight is this, Tim?
1877 from Dallas Love Field.
Dallas Love Field, all right. What's up, ERB? I don't think I said hi to you, but
We have to get a
Bienvenido.
little shout out to Dallas as a couple of days ago, Alaska pulled out of Love Field and switched over to Fort Worth.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Crazy stuff. I think they should have held on to the gate in Dallas Love Field.
Yeah.
That way Hawaiian could fly in there, but that's just me.
I know, yeah. Well, those were ex-Virgin America gates, I think, and then...
So I'm making a little predictive play that they will switch up flow and be arriving from the east instead of arriving from the west. So that's why I'm all the way over here at Terminal 4 with our friend Tim.
Oh, yeah.
It is 11:54 in the a.m. Michael Walker says, I wish you would stop confusing me playing guessing games as to when you are on. It's hard enough. Oh, boy. Sounds like an insufferable Brit. Hate to see that. My apologies. 1,000 apologies, sir.
See, actually, oh, that's cool. You can actually, like, see them getting on the plane. That's cool.
Yeah. It is great to see you, though, Michael Walker. I sent you a message, Michael Walker, and you never responded, so I put the onus on you, sir. Very nice, Joe. Direct to Dallas, yes. Yeah, this is episode 340. And again, apologies for our Minnesota postponement. But it was tough getting a cheap truck and after not being allowed to be at the parking garage. But we'll get there soon enough. Salt Lake is still a go for this weekend, by the way. It'll be a short trip. Monday morning I fly in and then fly out Tuesday night. But we're still looking forward to being there. Colin, greetings to you, Colin. You're new, just joining us. Welcome in. Thanks for saying hi, liking. We'll go over my shoulder here.
Southwest 210 from Albuquerque.
Southwest 210 from Albuquerque, Tim says. There we go. Turn up the volume a little bit. I booked my flight, or not my flight, my hotel for Anchorage, so we're set there.
Ooh, what hotel you staying at in Anchorage?
It'll probably be the Holiday Inn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my apologies, Michael. Hello, Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, I stayed at the Hotel Captain Cook when I was there about 10 years ago.
Oh,
Downtown
nice.
Anchorage.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Kendrick, what's up? Salutations. Yeah, I know. We got to watch out for your dad jokes, Kendrick. They may not fly. That is, that may not go. Very funny, Kendrick. Humidity 34%. That's pretty high, ERB, for Phoenix. What's up, James Woolard? Greetings. Salutations. Michael, some of us actually work a lot, like myself.
1653 from Boston, Max 8.
A Max 8 from Boston, Tim says. Uncle Plane Guy says, did you see Aer Lingus is increasing service to Indianapolis? Actually, no, I did not. That's great. Congratulations. Congrats. Congrats, Uncle Plane Guy. That's great to hear.
I also wonder if Aer Lingus would consider flying here, but I don't know.
It's a good question, Timotheus. Tim, I'm actually, can you hand me that microphone? I'm actually gonna, yep. I'm gonna put it around the back here. Whoops. Hold on.
Oh no.
Whoops. Just doing some restructuring here, some housekeeping for the show. Yeah. There we go. That'll work better. That way it won't be in the view, or shouldn't be for too long. Whoops, where'd the battery go? There it is. There we go. Ah, much better. 5 daily. Michael Walker says, I was about to say, some of us don't have an easy life like Mr. Dutton being retired. Yeah, Scott Kuiper has it easy too, Michael Walker. He's retired as well. And Matt Mann basically works like 10 hours a week. So, there's that too. Matthew, I'll be flying Southwest Airlines to Salt Lake City on Monday morning. I connect through Dallas, or not Dallas, excuse me, Las Vegas. Well, Delta was definitely not cheaper. Is this coming in from American Airlines from Charlotte? ERB says. Thank you again for everybody for the condolences and kind words yesterday. It's definitely, you know, we can't escape death, but definitely tough. You lose somebody you look up to, so. I think so too, Joe. I think so too. At least I hope so. Yeah, if you didn't know, Southwest is going to start flying from Tucson to Phoenix. I don't know if you heard that, Tim, but Southwest is flying Tucson to Phoenix. Maybe they'll do like $19 fares or something, or $39. Hey, you know, it's past 12 o'clock, so as soon as this American lands, we'll play Rainy Cajun's remix of our intro music. There you go. Memories remain. Hi, Scott. Scott. You always forget to sign in as Scott Kuiper. He's a little new to YouTube, folks. Thank you, ERB. Is it WestJet? WestJet, huh? From Calgary?
For Canada.
You're editing video. Of course you are, Scott. You're addicted now. It's too late. What's up, man? How are you? WestJet in from Calgary. Yeah, it's a little humid today. I don't know, Scott. That is a great question. Let's ask our friend Harry Carey. What does he think about the Phillies and the Cubs series this coming up?
Hello again, everybody.
No, Harry. No, not that. What do you think about the Cubs against the Phillies, Harry? What do you think about that?
This bud's for you.
No, see, folks. I don't know what Harry Carey thinks, but I think the Cubs will come out as champions versus the Padres and then advance to face the Phillies. Steven says, "Go Cubs!" You're welcome, Steven. 757. Is this from Atlanta or? Oh, it's true. That's true, Scott. Scott, we need to ask both Harrys, Harry Callis and Harry Carey. You know what's pretty awesome about Harry Callis, Scott? He actually went to my high school, Naperville Community High School, at the time. What's up?
It's flow, baby.
All right. That's what I like to hear. They're lining up, making the change. We'll keep an eye out for it. Joe says Cubs in 3. Tim says, what do you think, Tim? Cubs or Padres? Spanos says the Padres. They take on the Brewers. Okay. So in the NLDS, they will take on the Brewers, and then the NLCS, Phillies. Got it. So yeah, Scott was right. I just misappropriated it. So the Cubs have to beat the Padres, and then most likely the Brewers, and then we'll see if the Phillies get there. You hope the Reds will beat the Dodgers? I hope so too. WestJet with the Max 8. Aero Mexico there with the Max 8 as well. All right. If you're just joining us, welcome into Pip's Plane Spotting Live, episode 340. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for tuning in and being part of the action. And you know, I haven't had a chance to play Rainy Cajun's intro, so while we have here in a minute, welcome again, everybody, to episode 340 from Phoenix. Jane says Cubs in 3. Dino says go Jays go. Oh, nice, Scott. See, that's the ticket right there. What's that? Yeah. Yeah, a little different. Not, it's the same kind of music, but a different, it's like techno newsy. And Rainy Cajun is definitely techno newsy. I see our first arrival on West Flow. What's up, Trucker Norm? So yeah, Rainy Cajun, nice job on the new intro. He tweaked it a little bit, but welcome into Phoenix. It is 12:11 p.m. here at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, and episode 340 of Pip's Plane Spotting Live. You were singing that, huh, Matt, man? I like it. It is basically the same theme, but if you compare it to what it was, it's a little jazzed up, a little more newsy techno. And we're train spotting right now with Union Pacific. Our first arrival on this side will be American 646 from Philadelphia. So we timed it pretty good. If we started the show right at 12, it was only 12 minutes of East Flow, and now we're back on West Flow. So I'm a professional at this. Don't try this at home, folks. Oh, Jane, we're just getting started. Hopefully we'll be on for a long while, as long as I can keep up my hydration, as long as Tim is here.
Oh, heck
Yeah, we'll be here for a while.
yeah.
Scott, you know, your Eagles are Saquon and Jalen Hurts need to get their act together because they're killing my fantasy team. I just want you to know that. Yes, it's a... I haven't had a great start to the season. I don't know about that, Scott. To emulate me, I think you should set your goals a little bit higher. But no, you know, what can I say? People should most definitely try and emulate me. Well, you know, I need to make one adjustment to the camera settings here, and I know exactly what it is. We'll see you later, Jane. Thanks, Kevin. It was a nice win by the Bears. It was for sure. I probably... There we go. That's one thing, and now I need to do a second thing, which is that. There we go. Now we're in the business. We're in the business. We're doing business. Should be a little sharper, a little crisper. It in Grand Junction. This is another flight that diverted to Tucson last Friday. Again, I didn't post this because I was so exhausted, but last week at work, we had 16 diversions from Phoenix due to the weather, the thunderstorms last Friday. So it was a very busy day for me at work. What's up, Marco? Hello, happy Monday to you. Unless you're in Australia and New Zealand and then or Japan, then it's Early Tuesday. There we go. A little sharper, a little crisper. Tim is on it today. Never leave my side, Tim. This is flight 980 from Baltimore, 737 MAX 8. That's right, Michael Walker. The Giants did win. Yep, bright and early, Telly. On the other side of the world. Oswin, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I am very excited about returning to Salt Lake City, man. Absolutely, 1,000%. So I just wish I could make the trip longer. I'll be flying in on Monday and then leaving Tuesday evening. So a quick trip. And then 2 weeks from there, we will most likely be in San Diego for a few days. I took off an extra day my birthday week, so wherever we go, we'll have some extra time. So we should be rocking and rolling, having some fun. Dogwood, how are you? I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Happy Monday to you. Thank you. Minneapolis, ERB and Tim say A321. In fact, I can probably tell you every single plane that diverted to Tucson last week. We had an A321neo, we had a 757, we had United 321neo. We had them all. Southwest, Frontier. Thankfully, no Air Canada. Thankfully. Oh, we have one on me. Okay. Yeah, 16 diversions last week. That was a new personal worst or new personal best, depending on how you look at it. I'm going to turn this up. Right. Understood, Michael. Understood. Go Derby County. Yeah, we've been very busy. Of course, we went to Portland our first week, and then Denver last week. We were supposed to go to Minneapolis this week, but price-wise, it just didn't work out. And then this weekend, we're going to Salt Lake City. I think this is 646 coming in here to the gates B6. So this United 737-900 series from Denver. I also believe this one diverted to Tucson last Friday. Oh, man. Welcome. Temperature today in the low to mid 90s. Humidity's a little bit high, but we are in the shade. And so I know Matt Man's going to complain about it because he likes the south side, but I don't. So I win. That's not true. Everybody wins, but I just like the shade. It makes me happy. I saw some interesting news, aviation-related news for our friends in Canada and America. American Airlines has started a code-share partnership with Porter Airlines, the up-and-coming airline out of Canada, which I think is pretty cool. So yes, they announced, American and Porter announced a code-share agreement, which means people can book on each other's flights, which is cool. Very cool. Ah, interesting. Lynn, I did not hear that. Next flight is Southwest 2101 from Colorado Springs on a MAX 8, and then Southwest 1451 from Atlanta. No, it's not. No, it's not. Michael. The fans are revolting already. I thought about sticking around today. I thought about it. And then I was like, nah. Tim is going to be up here and don't want to disappoint Tim and Steven. Soon enough. I told you in November. We'll get going in Tucson. I will give you my heart to Tucson. Ah, bird strike. I've seen a few of those, Lynn. I've also had the pleasure of digging up a few dead birds on the runway. Fun stuff. Fun. Well, I'm glad everybody's okay, Lynn. Last thing we want to see is a bird strike. So I'm glad everybody's okay. It is nice for sure, ERB. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody, for liking so far. 60 likes. Thank you so much, everyone. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, sure appreciate it. Yeah, Michael Walker never holds grudges. I'm sure Michael Walker still holds a grudge to the fact that the United States beat Great Britain in the Revolutionary War and the War of 1812. 510 Steve, what's shaking? How's it going? Oh, I laugh at myself now. That's funny. I am hopeful that we can go into the darkness today as long as I keep my hydration up. I brought a lot of water and Gatorade, and yeah, hopefully we can go into the night with this, eh? Ryan, greetings from Oceanside. Ah, Oceanside. Just saying the word sounds wonderful. Ryan will be hopefully be in San Diego in about 3 weeks. So that'll be, unless Yeah, so that is it'll probably be the 18th through the 21st. That is my birthday weekend. We'll see you later, ERB. Thanks for stopping by. We just wind. You just wind up, Colin? Oh, you just wind me up? Yes, that is true. That is very true. Air Canada Rouge on an A320. You know, and the other thing to pay attention to over the next couple of months is as the weather starts getting cooler and then all the friends from the north fly down here to Phoenix for the winter, we'll be getting probably the bigger jets, so we'll have to pay attention to that as well. Last winter time and last spring, Air Canada sent the 787, Delta would send the 767, the A330. So we will pay attention to that. United would send the 757-300. Also, congratulations to Dallas this week. They will be welcoming the inaugural EVA Air flight, which is, I think, the 3rd, I want to say, but within the next week, to Dallas-Fort Worth. Sorry I couldn't be there, but I'll get there in our trip in November from the 8th through the 11th. We'll be in Dallas, so looking forward to seeing family and bringing back some memories from being in Dallas, and excited for that. What's up, Chaotic Bean? Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, I bet winding me up. I'm like a little wind-up toy. Which, by the way, EVA Air is coming this month. That means we're only basically 2 months from China Airlines coming to Phoenix for their inaugural flight. So that's exciting. And then in January, we'll have Starlux. Got American Airlines here. This looks like a MAX 8. Butamus touchdown. Are they coming October 1st? Thank you, Kevin Kelly. So yeah, this week. Thank you, Kevin. Daniel, how's it going? I was supposed to be in Minneapolis, yes, but unfortunately, costs just got too expensive, and I was like, so I postponed the Minneapolis trip. We'll get there eventually. Bronner, what's up? Seaside, Oregon. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Hey, Louie, how are you? Greetings from Utrecht, the Netherlands. Deb, how are you? Good evening. Deb 08. I think Phoenix has got one more airline to announce before the year is done. I have a pretty good sixth sense for stuff like this. We'll see how good my senses are. And so, yeah, I do apologize that we weren't able to make it to Minneapolis. It was just getting too expensive, and got to be responsible. So we'll get back there. It's also going to be like 86 today. CRJ 700 hanging out with us here on runway 26. Where?
Right there, see, at B2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. There's the famous Camelback Mountain here in Phoenix. In the distance, over in Scottsdale area. I have cold Chinese food, Panda Express for lunch. I did not do Chipotle. I said I'm going to do something different. So, wild guy I am. All right, United 1640 from Chicago O'Hare, 737, 900 next. Then Envoy 4151 from Salt Lake City. And there goes Tim. Tim likes to explore, folks. Great to have everybody on episode 340. I feel like there's one airport that's missing that we should go to. We've got Dallas, Anchorage, Salt Lake, San Diego probably. This is probably too much information, but I have to schedule a colonoscopy before the end of the year. Otherwise, I'd be traveling every weekend. Steven donated $25. Steven, thank you so much. I appreciate that GoFundMe contribution. Steven, I did not catch it, so thank you so much.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Not that. I was going to do this.
This bud's for you.
There you go, Steven. Thank you, Steven, for your generosity for $25 super chat via GoFundMe. Appreciate that greatly. Spano sucks. I have Sacramento more so than Fresno. Probably the traffic's a little bit light for Fresno. I would consider doing Sacramento maybe. I have to think about that. And if you'd like to contribute to the channel, make shows like this continue. Parking, traveling costs, they cost money. So thank you everybody who's kind enough to contribute. So thank you, Steven. You can send a super chat, or you can be like Steven, say a GoFundMe or PayPal and help save on transaction fees. So thank you, everybody. I was trying to think of, Mattman brought up, I asked him the other day, a question of like, what airport have you not seen that you would like to see? And he brought up Bewee, and then Memphis, And I think, what was the other one? I can't remember the other one. But, so BWE sounds interesting. Memphis, of course. I would have to bring my own security. And Deb, the weather is in the low 90s. It's sunny, light clouds, but it's a nice fall day for Arizona. I have to emphasize that for Arizona, because I'm used to like 70s weather, like high 60s right about now. Schiphol. Yeah, I've never been to Amsterdam, Louis. I just have to figure out... Oh, that's right. San Juan was the other one, Matt Mann said. San Juan, Puerto Rico. I would probably need security for that one, too. But good recommendations by Matt Mann. Delta Airlines is next. Milwaukee, Daniel says. Daniel, we've been to Milwaukee, I think. Didn't we do 2 streams? No, we just did 1. We'll go back to Milwaukee for sure. Rainy Cajun says Vancouver. That's a great one. Michael Walker says not much military today. Well, you never know. I am not on the side of KC-135s. Ontario Airport. I'm trying to think. Is there any really I would like to do that hasn't been done yet? I would kind of, Yeah, it makes me really think now. Because somebody does Boston, somebody does JFK at times, somebody does LaGuardia at times. Scott Kuiper's probably going to do Baltimore and Philadelphia. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Darren Marks, what's going on? Michael Walker says non-LAX. You know what's funny, Michael? You'll be glad to hear this. I did have a flight actually booked yesterday for Los Angeles, but I had, had those people pass away, and I just wasn't in the mood to get on an early flight. So you'll be glad to know that I stuck around. Yeah, San Francisco's pretty rad. You know, Oswin, we were actually in Portland 3 weeks ago, and I'm totally okay with going back to Portland. I would book more flights, but I'm kind of in a holding pattern until I can get my colonoscopy scheduled, which I'm sure you all wanted to know about. But I'm kind of in a holding pattern until we get that taken care of. Here's Alaska Airlines. Hello, Phoenix. Raw says hello, Phoenix. Hello to you. What up, James? Thank you, Darren Marks. It's good to be back. We'll start coming back here a lot more come November, December, January. I think Kansas City we would do again. Kansas City doesn't. St. Louis and Kansas City don't get a lot of love. Miami sometimes does, but then also it doesn't. So yeah, it just really depends. If you're just tuning in, welcome in to episode 340. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up button. I am Pip. Rod Moy says just home from early morning carpal tunnel surgery and loopy on meds, but forgive me, Albuquerque would be cool, Rod Moy says. We've done Albuquerque in the past. Hey, what's up, Sports Zone? Sports Zone, that's a good idea. We do like a super stream. Bronner Smith says Louisville. That's a great one. Our friend Scott Rourke is in Louisville. I would be down with that. I would want to make sure I get a truck, though, so I could get the view over the fence. Memphis, I could get a good view from the garage. The issue with Memphis is if we're doing late at night is I'd like some security so I don't get kidnapped. No disrespect to the good people at Memphis International Airport. But the airport's not in the best area. So when I say security, I mean somebody who would volunteer just to be there as a backup. Yeah, see, Trucker Norm knows. I love the people at Memphis International. They're all extremely kind and generous. It's just that the airport's not in a great area. See, this is an A321. I bet that flight diverted to Tucson last week. And I didn't mention this for those who are just tuning in, but at work last week, we had 16 diversions from Phoenix due to the weather. Some pretty serious thunderstorms last week on Friday, and it was a mess. And we had 16 diversions. There's our friends at Porter, and we also made note of the news that American Airlines and Porter Airlines have established a code share. They announced that today. What up, Scott Shaver? How are you? How is Texas? Getting ready for the big Eva Air this week, inaugural flight. There's the E195 E2. I do know there's a national guard. I don't know if they'll be working that late, Scott. They work government hours 8 to 5, so I need somebody from like 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. Because if we do Memphis, we're going to be up all night. We will stay up all night and all day. What? I did not, Lynn. Thank you for that note. Play ceased operations. I had heard some rumblings that they had stopped, but not since. Oh, but look here. We've got our first heavy alert today. It is Air France on an A350 900, sorry, A350 900. There she be, on time, a couple minutes early. I did not hear that, Lynn, so thank you for bringing that to our attention. I agree, Rod. I hope that Dallas gets Porter or something like that. I'd like to see Porter in Tucson. Yeah, I know, Scott. Lovely touchdown there. Rainy Cajun, if you're there, should we? I will stop Louis. Yes, with the sports. Rainy Cajun, should we tell them about our endeavor? All right. So Radiant Cajun has approached me about doing a weekly podcast, aviation-related podcast. And I said, sure. I've tried to get First Officer Mark to do a podcast with me for the longest time. And, you know, he's always kind of just kind of like, okay. But Rainy Cajun invited me to start doing a podcast with him, aviation related. So we are going to try and do a podcast. And Rainy Cajun's a pretty doggone smart guy. So we will figure it out. But yes, we're working on a podcast to do weekly. I like the suggestion, Kevin Kelly, of going back to Orlando and Tampa. Although with, you know, our friendly competition, 813 does a show once on Sundays. But yeah, I would love to go back to Tampa and Orlando. Ron always, by the way, always have a soft spot for the Cubbies, but my Padres are going all the way this year. All right, Matt, man, we'll catch you later. Adios. Go Pods. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. I am in trouble. That's right, the Cubs and the Pods facing off. We will see what the Cubs can do. I was really hoping they would try and win the division, but it just seems like they didn't try very hard. All right, Spanos. Thank you. We'll see you again next time. SK, how's it going? Abstract Art, I'm doing great. Thanks so much for tuning in to episode 340. We just had Air France land. There's Air France right over there. We'll see you next time, Spanos. Again, don't forget that we'll be in Salt Lake next Monday and Tuesday. Salt Lake City. Probably one of the best airports for scenery in the country. I'm always in trouble with somebody, Michael, no matter what I do. Maybe that bodes well if I run for president. Of course, yeah. Yeah. SK, yes, thank you so much for tuning in. It was nice talking to Connor and Tanner when I was checking them out for sure. Portland would be a nice one, Louis. I agree. JW, oh, governor. Yes, I'm sorry. Why not president? Why am I only allowed to be governor? You know, I would like to be governor of my home state. I grew up in Illinois. And you're like, why would you do that? I just loved growing up in Illinois, and Illinois is a pretty awesome state. So, those are just my 2 cents. Hey, Marcy, how's it going? Start small, aim high. You got it, Jen. Absolutely, SK. We're going to clean it up, man. So welcome in, everybody. Just passing our first hour of broadcasting. Thanks so much for being a part of the action here in Phoenix. Temperatures in the low 90s. It's a little humid, but not too bad. We're going to try and see how long we can hang out here. I'm really hoping I got the energy today to go into the night. Yeah, but Rainy Cajun, when I do something good, I promote you. It's It is a long day. That's you know. But I don't think we've ever done 9 hours before. I think once we did eight hours. Maybe we'll try for 8 hours or 7 hours. We'll see. Hey, what's up? Just a thought. Great show as usual. Thanks so much. Just a thought. It is a beautiful day here. For Arizona, I would say it is a beautiful day. For the rest of America, still too warm, but low 90s, not bad. And in the shade, not bad. So yeah, it is all right. So we'll be, in the coming months, we'll be seeing more of Phoenix and of Tucson and San Diego. I would like to sneak in one more city. I don't know which city that's going to be. If it's going to be international or if it's going to be Hawaii before the new year. But we'll see. We will see. Bronner says, go Dodgers. Elias says, hey, Pip, what baseball team do you support? I support the Chicago Cubs.
This bud's for you.
That's right, Harry Carey.
How's your mother, by the way?
Thank you, Harry. She's doing well. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello again, everybody.
See, Harry's excited. Harry Carey is on the broadcast today. Yeah, Scott, Baltimore, as I think about it, is a pretty good one, man. I've right now it's like 450, 500 to go cross country from Tucson to Baltimore. I mean, it would only be one stop through Denver, but the fares are pretty expensive. But Baltimore is a really good suggestion. I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like Memphis. I just, I would want somebody there. If I'm going to do an overnight show or at Louisville, I'd want somebody there. Like Scott Rourke or somebody. Darian says anybody but the Dodgers. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Go Phillies. Go Phillies, Kevin Stanhope. I don't know how I feel about that. Mixed feelings. And our friend Tim Arnold, as usual, he's here for like a half hour and then he's running off everywhere. Can't keep track of him. Whoa, just a thought. $20 super chat, just a thought. Thank you so much.
Good manners are the glue of society.
I didn't mean to do that. I've added some new sounders, so I getting used to the new sounder configuration. SK says, Memphis used to be one of your clients. They wouldn't even let me get a cab from the airport alone. See? You know SK. Hey, what's up, Matthew Chesterton? Go Padres. Scott says, you think I'd be okay in Louisville? All right. Well, I know our friend Scott Rourke is a resident of Louisville. And I actually have some friends in Columbus, Indiana, which is about an hour away. So maybe I could convince them to come down and provide additional security. Yeah, let's see. I'll give you the the whole rundown of the new sounders that we've added to the soundboard. So let's go with let's go front to back here. Nothing on that one. Here's Harry Carey.
This bud's for you. This bud's for you.
That's a new one. Rainy Cajun's new composition.
How's your mother, by the way?
Let's see.
I'm your biggest fan.
Hello again, everybody.
And then,
Right to jail, right away.
and I think that's it. Yeah, so that's it for now. Jose says, heard a military jet leave earlier. That would make sense. The old KC-135's copper. It's like all warehouses, Scott, around Louisville. It's all warehouses and UPS and warehouses. Muhammad Ali International Airport. Love Muhammad Ali. But I tell you what, if I had Muhammad Ali next to me, I would go just about anywhere. That is for sure. Thanks, everybody, for hitting likes. We're up to 108 likes. That's wonderful. Thank you for the update, Michael Walker. Yes, that is true, Scott. They're very active at Louisville. No question. Thank you, Just the Thought and Steven, for your contributions here early on in the show, supporting the channel. So now it's got me thinking. All right. I will do some thinking. I will do some thinking and some computing. Oh, the other thing I have to do in November is I do have to move one weekend. Now, I don't have a lot of stuff, so it's not going to take very long, but I still have to coordinate that with my new landlord. So that's the only other thing. As they should, Scott. I would be upset if airport ops or site of personnel did not check you out. Like I said, anytime I run into a cop, I know exactly why they're there, and I don't have anything to hide. This is what I'm doing. Usually I've talked to somebody beforehand, but, you know, they're doing their job, so I try and just do what they say. Yeah, moving does stink. That's why Bronner, as a single bachelor, I try and have as little stuff as possible. I have a mattress. I don't have a box spring, like 30% of single men. I have a recliner and a table and a TV, and that's pretty much it. And then some odd and end stuff. So I do try and pack light. As we check out downtown Phoenix. Oh, yeah, Bronner. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, moving is the pits. Well, everybody's different, Scott. Everybody's different. Yeah, I've been a bachelor now for, well, ever since I was 18. So after 25 years of bachelorhood, one of the things I've learned is packing light saves so much stress. For sure. Matthew says, last moved 4 years ago. In total, I moved about 10 times in my life. Yikes. Eric, what's up? It's a lovely day in Phoenix, and that's what I said, Eric. I said, you know, for Phoenix, it's a pretty nice day. It is all right. Brady Cajun says, I've actually lived in the same house for 13 years and I don't even own the dang thing, but the value went from $700,000 when I started renting to $2.2 million this year, so nah, not gonna buy. You do live in Washington, basically. Dude, you live in like the richest suburb in Seattle. Surrounded by high-end condominiums and mansions and all that jazz. A little empty over here on this side. See, you know, you say that, Lynn, and it's true, but Lynn, I would love to come over and check out England and Scotland and Ireland because it's green and lush, and it's also cool temperature-wise. So you're like, this is wonderful. Yeah, I miss the green too. So, don't get me wrong, Tucson's super nice. I just, you know, when I was in Portland, I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Especially when we were right on the edge of the Columbia River. That was some great scenery. Oh, excuse me. Here's the lovely Kig Air. Sunset, by the way, is about 6:30, 6:45. So British Airways should be bringing in the sunset for us tonight. Random Explaining says, have you on the background while I last minute pack. Awesome. Well, thank you. I know, Michael Walker. Getting my butt over there. I'm getting close though. I am getting close. I've got my passport now, so that was a big hurdle I have to get rid of. And honestly, the October-November time frame is what I was thinking, and maybe even Christmas time, like the first or second week of December. But it all depends on finances and whatnot, and so we will see. 19 degrees Celsius sounds like a lovely day, Lynn. Sounds beautiful. Frontier, this is our first Frontier arrival of the day. Which animal will we have? Benjamin Denham, what's up? He says, drove to Madison over the weekend. It was beautiful. Nice. Were the Badgers at home, Benjamin? A320neo from Salt Lake City. Wisconsin was off. Even better. Runner says, go Ducks. What's up, Hans? How are you? Welcome in from Norway. Yeah, the Big Ten is very interesting, seeing teams from the West Coast play on Central Time Zone and vice versa. And it's really weird. Very weird. Metalbirds, hey, how's it going? Well, thanks so much. Good to see you as well. I love Dallas, so I'm jealous you get to be there. So very jealous, Metalbirds. You are a lucky duck. Great to see my home airport back. I wouldn't say it's my home airport. I would say it's my last major airport. My family lives there. My parents are retired, but they live there. I have a sister who lives in Dallas. So yeah, and I worked at American Eagle Envoy for close to 3 years. So good to see you, Metalbirds. It is evening there. Yeah, we've got, Hans, we've got about probably 5.5 hours left of sunlight. Remember, Arizona does not celebrate daylight savings time, and yes, I said celebrate. So, Metalbirds, you excited? I'm jealous you get to see the EVA Air inaugural flight. That should be a lot of fun. Dallas is like will become the new LA. DFW will become the new LAX. And then LA flights and AVL and Sal, they're all going to move to Texas. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And they're right. Thanks so much, Metalbirds. Same to you, sir. Thank you, thank you. What's up, Marcos? How are you? Welcome in episode 340 from Phoenix. American Airlines, our 777. By the way, our 777 is seasonal. So we have them till the end of October. And then it goes bye-bye. So let's see. It comes in around 2 o'clock or so. Shows a 1:39 arrival time. What up, Q? How's it going? Life begins at 40. Good afternoon. What have you missed, Q? You missed the A350 of Air France coming in. You also missed the announcement that Randy Cajun and I are going to probably start doing a podcast. You know, Q, you would be a great add-on or a great podcast host yourself. We talked about maybe going to Memphis or Louisville or Baltimore. And then we reminded everybody that we will be in Salt Lake City next Monday and Tuesday, unless something crazy happens. But I've already got the hotel booked, and unless I get kicked out of the parking garage, we should be good to go in Salt Lake City. My hotel is right by the airport. So I should be able to catch the hotel shuttle and then just broadcast till my heart's content. And then, yeah. Life begins at 40. Been a member of Exit Row for 5 months. Thank you so much, Spotter Manny. Benjamin, that would be a good one. Benjamin, thank you for offering Rainy Cajun. Let's write down Benjamin. That is a good one. Benjamin's got a lot of experience in the aviation side of things. Life begins at 40. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, we'll go with the Boeing. Oh, sweet. I look forward to that email, Q. I look forward to it, man. Can't wait. Benjamin will have to come up with questions or theories, not theories, but a train of conversation, you know. And Manny, we won't have EVA Air. I haven't seen EVA Air here before. I have seen China Airlines, and in fact, China Airlines is going to start flying here in December, and we will be here. I believe it's a Wednesday that China has a inaugural flight. I'm sure every spotter will try and be here for the inaugural flight. That's a big deal. This is a big deal for Phoenix. This is our first trans-Pacific service on a regular basis. E175 here landing. Hello, Rob's Aviation. Welcome in to episode 340. Welcome to Phoenix. Yeah, Manny, they have done like periodic. It's funny because they have, China Airlines has done periodic charters to Phoenix, but they've never done regular commercial service before. So you are right. See this, you know, Benjamin's one-upping me. I did not know America West flew Phoenix to Narita. Dang. Just showing me up. Fine. I will say first trans-Pacific service in the new millennia. Fair enough. I was not aware. I stand corrected. Any arrivals from Louisville today? It's a little bit lighter, Hans, today. So that's why I'm hoping if we have a good show today, we might be able to do a show tomorrow and get you some UPS arrivals. All right, our first Taiwanese service there. Even better. But Benjamin is right. Stands corrected. Monday tends to be a light day for cargo, both for FedEx and UPS. There's WestJet on the MAX 8 heading out. Hey, Seattle Flights, what's up? Yes, I remember you telling me you'll be here. Okay, you'll be here this Friday night, Saturday for plane spotting, and then in the Saturday afternoon you fly to LAX. Awesome. Sounds like a fantastic trip for you, Seattle Flights. That's exciting. Good for you, man. It'll still be in the 90s when you're here, so make sure and keep hydrated. It's always the #1 rule. Next arrival will be Southwest 681 and MAX 8 from Oakland, California. Hey, and don't forget, our friends at San Diego have started, we talked about it last week in Denver, but the new terminal is now officially open. Ah, yes. That sounds about right, Eric. Ooh, Disneyland. Very cool. All right, Q. Thank you very much. I will check that out. I would love to go to Louisville, too. Maybe we'll meet up together. Life begins at 40. And we can do a marathon plane spotting. Because we would definitely have to do it a lot of the action afternoon, evening, morning. Oh, they are beautiful. I used to see a lot of them in Dallas. All right, so I have a poll question. I'm going to ask everybody here. The question is going to be... Okay, my poll question is, how did your NFL team do this weekend? Did they win, did they lose, or did they tie? Especially if you're a Packers fan. I'm sure Southpaw's hiding somewhere. And thank you, everybody, for liking and subscribing and being a part of the action. Thank you, Just Thought and Steven, for your contributions. Q, I wrote you back. Diamondbacks missed the playoffs. There is downtown Phoenix. So Chase Field will be empty. Your Cardinals lost. Sorry to hear that, Darren Marks. You're English and you don't follow that. My apologies, Colin. That goes for English football too. I guess I should have said English and American football. Trucker Norm says, not my kind of poll. Should have one for college football. All right. I can have one for college football. I can do that. I can do that. Marco says, Miranda's lost by 1 point. That's right, because my Bears blocked the field goal. So you can be mad at my Bears. Michael Walker and his Giants even got a victory. That's pretty impressive right there. My your Lions won? That was a big victory. The Lions, big victory for the Lions against Baltimore last Monday night. Who's on Monday night tonight? I'm trying to remember. Is it a doubleheader? I think it's like a doubleheader. Oh, isn't it the Jets and the Dolphins? Is one. That should be a rager. Yes, I did, Manny. We've got a markdown on our calendar in January. Tim. All right, Tim went over to the SkyTrain at the 44th Street station so you could get on the light rail to the College Station and get some Panda Express. I love it, Tim. Get you some food. Get you some food. I got Panda Express. It's all cold now, but I also, if Steven is watching, I like quesadillas. Chicken quesadilla, I don't know. I wish they would bring back the Bacon Club Chalupa for Taco Bell. Broncos and Bengals. Got it. Got it. Hey, Rob, what's going on? Rob says the Vikings lost, but the Bears won, and that's all that matters. Well, it feels good to be 2-2. It feels good to be 2-2, Rob. And the Packers ended up in a tie, which is pretty hilarious. I'm not going to lie. Okay, well, we will do a poll about the NHL. I can do that. Blackhawks a week away from starting. Triple seven is getting close. Thank you, Manny. Taco Bell, yeah. I had a Mexican pizza a couple of weeks ago, Eric. They still are absolutely doing Mexican pizzas. Ooh, the Honeywell transponder is on. All right, we'll keep an eye on it. Matt Zuccarello. Hey, you know, the Blackhawks beat the Wild the other night, Hans. Zero Mexico pushing back. Trucker Dorm, yeah, Michigan, Wisconsin. Sounds like a good game. Yeah, they need some work. Wisconsin needs some work. I don't know, I just feel like the Big Ten isn't that tough this year. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking, Benjamin. Whoops. Robert D. Poland government G550 scheduled to depart 1410 back to Warsaw. What? Well, that is interesting. Politsk. Yeah, I purposely most times will take the north side. I know sometimes that gets on everybody's nerves, so I apologize. But the sun is less prevalent on the north side, and we get most of the arrivals, which I like. .43% of your 43% of your team lost. It's all right. I shouldn't laugh. PLF 105. Ah, Manny, good eye. I see it there. So not British Airways. American Airlines 195 from London. 777-200. Rob asking, who do I have between the Padres and the Cubs? Game 1. Well, it better be the Cubs. But I'll say the Cubs. But remember, pitching wins championships. So, I don't know. Our pitching has been up and down. Guess I should sound the heavy alert, eh? 777-200 coming our way. Yeah, it's big playoff series for the Cubbies. Hey, hey! Hey, speaking of that.
Hello again, everybody.
Thank you, Harry. Welcoming everybody to the broadcast episode 340, not 140, from Phoenix. The Blackhawks next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, the 7th. The Blackhawks will be starting their regular season against the Panthers. Nothing like playing the Stanley Cup champs to start off. All right, Trucker Norm, thanks so much for tuning in again, kind sir. Get some rest. We'll see you again. 25-year-old 777. I kind of wish American had more. They've invested heavily in the 787. Oh, that's a toe dragger right there. Nicely done. That is a toe dragger. Phenomenal proportions. That was smooth. Absolutely, Lynn. I do. Yeah. That was quite lovely. If you're just tuning in for the first time, don't be shy. Say hi, like, and subscribe. Thank you for being part of the channel. What up, T. Donji? Sorry. I'm having my vegetables right now. Grumpy Trucker, what's up from Bakersfield? Ooh, Bakersfield. BFL Airport. Well, thanks, T. Andre. I'm enjoying it too. It's not too hot out today. Oh, Tim, he actually went and got Chinese, Lynn. Tim Arnold. Tim Arnold went and got Chinese food. That's where he went. So, I'm just having a little snack. I'm hoping to go long today. So I'm hopefully breaking my Chinese food down into portions. We'll see how successful I am. We will see how good I do at breaking my food into proportions. Grumpy Trucker says, flown into Phoenix many times from BFL. Absolutely. Yep. I'm surprised, Grumpy, that Bakersfield doesn't have more flights, considering how big it is. Bakersfield's like 400,000 people. That's what I try and do, Rob. Twice as much and spread it out. Spread that sucker out. It's our 777 heading to the customs gates. That is really one of the needs that Phoenix definitely has, is needing more customs gates. there goes the battery. Well, at least not an inconvenient time. There's one battery down. I'm sad I never got to see a plane in person. So Lynn brought up the point that Play Airlines based out of Iceland has ceased operations. So WOW and Play have ceased operations from Iceland. Thank you, Teet. Hey, Texas girl. Good afternoon to you. How are you, my dear? Lovely to see you. Welcome to Phoenix. Phoenix, by the way, there's the downtown. In case you are a first-time viewer. Next arrival, looks like an E-175 if my phone will refresh. Oh, well, there you go. They were supposed to stop flights anyways, so makes sense, Benjamin. I know they cut back a lot. Texas Girl, thank you for being a member for 7 months. Thank you, thank you. Grumpy Trucker says we had Breeze in here a bit going to SLC in Reno for about 6 months. We also had Aeromexico to Guadalajara a few times a week for a year, about 10 years ago. That makes total sense. Q says I saw Korean at San Diego. What? Thank you, Texas Girl, for being a member of Premium Economy for 7 months, just 99 cents. Now that is interesting. Korean Air at San Diego. I wonder if maybe we could get Japan Airlines to fly here too. A One World partner. Ah, I see, Benjamin. That makes sense. I guess people don't have a penchant for having a stayover at Iceland. They either want to go to Iceland and nowhere else. They don't want to have a layover in Iceland and then continue on. It's like you've flown 5 or 6 hours. You want to get off the plane. You don't want to get back on. Check out this E-175. Thank you, Robert. 757 next land, Robert says. Randy, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Right, almost on the aiming point. Oh, look at that. Texas girl building the channel with a generous 20-member contribution, adding 20 members to the rolls.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Thank you so much, Texas girl, and you're keeping the express train going. So congratulations to Grumpy Trucker, Kevin, Barbara Sterling, Jam Travel, BC, Darth Bryan, Mike Smith of Virginia, Sebastian, Q, Michael Nomikos, D Muppet, Gary Davis, O'Hare Aviation, Eddie Blackburn, XL Aviation Spotting, Second Amendment, Jeffrey, F Turf, Mr. Farmer. Whoa, Texas Girl, a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Texas Girl.
Good manners are the glue of society.
Thank you, Texas Girl. I appreciate that so very much. Michael Walker says 22 months of this old dribble. Good job. We like you. Well, you get right to the point, Michael Walker. Thank you so much.
I'm your biggest fan.
Thank you, Michael Walker. And here comes our 757. Thank you, Texas girls, so very much for your generosity and kindness. As usual, my goodness, the world is a better place. And our show is with people like Texas Girl. Thank you so much. Michael Walker, in his true elitist British humor, thank you as well. Yeah, Texas Girl, I'm sad I won't be able to see Eva Air. That's huge this week. That is huge. Mad About Planes, g'day from Brisbane, Australia. It's 6:45 Tuesday morning. Well, a very good morning to you down in lovely Brisbane. I'd like to go see Brisbane. One of the routes that I wish that never happened, that they announced before the pandemic. Qantas had plans to fly from Brisbane to Chicago O'Hare. And that hasn't come back. It never started, but I would love desperately for that to come back. Very exciting stuff, Texas Girl. Yeah, she is the best. Texas Girl is really the best. I honestly could not do the show without great people like her. The Cowboys sure did have a tie against the Packers. Robert says it's nearly 10 p.m. where he's at in the UK. That's the biggest challenge, is if we go over to England, is that we will be ahead of the United States by like 7 or 8 hours. Phoenix, as you know, if you're new to the channel, is home as an American Airlines hub. And we'll be welcoming China Airlines in December and Starlux in January. I still think, I mentioned this earlier on the broadcast, that I think Phoenix has one more airline to announce. I don't know what it is, but I've got a sixth sense, and sometimes it's right and sometimes it's wrong. I was excited to hear Tucson is getting Southwest to fly from Tucson to Phoenix. That's pretty nice. Now I don't have to worry about catching a Southwest flight up here. Exactly, Benjamin, exactly. Oh, really, Mad About Planes? You were actually booked on the flight and then switched to San Francisco. So, yeah, I want that to come back. Oh, you took a group to AT&T Stadium? That was a pretty wild game last night. I have to confess, I kind of fell asleep after the third quarter. Good morning to Rob on a Tuesday morning in lovely New Zealand. Yeah, I may have to do a summertime thing in London too. I think I've worked something out with the Hyatt that's there. They seem pretty accommodating. Well, that is good, Michael Walker. You're going to be, when we head over there, you're going to be the chairperson of the Pip viewing committee, the Pip Pals viewing committee. Scott, I have no guarantees, man. I keep waiting for it to drop to 80, and it doesn't. In fact, this week we're supposed to get one day at 100. And then the rest of the week will be in the 90s. So I have no guarantees, Scott. I warned you several times Your friends betrayed you. I warned you that it would be hot. So, what's up? There's our buddy Steven. Look at that guy. Champion water. You're a rock star. Rock star. Thank you so much. So, gentleman and a scholar, Steven, checking us out. The photographer we met. You didn't bring the camera today? No camera? Oh, it's okay. All right. So, like, I figured you can be around. Tim, you know, will stay here for about a half an hour, and then he'll be off and running. Just like no business. So Steven was kind enough to bring some little Pepsi Zero and water. And he's got some questions about streaming, and he bribed me with a Pepsi and water, so I'd show him the down low. I said, sure, why not? So what's that? We just had the 777 land about 10 minutes ago from American Airlines. Yeah, I'm going to try and see if I can break out my Chinese for the rest of the evening. We will find out. Oh, dang. Yeah, that's pretty rad, Texas girl. Right over the stadium? That's outstanding. That is outstanding. That'd be a pretty cool photo, Texas girl, from the field. There's our friend Tim Arnold. He's got his Chinese food, waiting to catch the light rail back. Right on, Tim. Right on. Southwest Airlines 737-700. You know what it does? I apologize, Robert. I forgot to change the status bar. My apologies. It has Denver on there. I'm like, this is not Denver. This is amateur hour. My apologies. Whoa, we got a little boingy boing. Perfect. I got a sound effect for that. What's up, William? How are you? I can find it. There we go. Dan Reeves, good evening. William Halley from Australia, good evening, or I should say good morning to you from Australia. Lovely to have you on board. All right. What was I going to do? I can't remember. Ugh. If you're joining us, we're just getting worked up into a lather. Hopefully this will be a nice long stream for us. My knees are like the equivalent of an 80-year-old, but that's the one thing you got to remember. You're standing for a long time, your legs and knees hurt. That's why you got to stretch. It's Envoy 3799 from Seattle, inbound. Right on, Tim. We are here. Calisthenics important. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Randy. I was going to change from Phoenix to Denver. That's correct. Pete Pedals and Plays. There is one spirit. There was one spirit that arrived, Pete. I'm going to thank you, Randy. See, y'all are so good at helping me out. Couldn't do this without you. An E-175 from Seattle. That's a small plane for that long. Hey, Flight Deck, thank you so much. Hey, Pip, are there any hotels near Phoenix that offer views of the aviation action? Coming soon for business and hoping for a room with a view. Well, I'll tell you what. First hotel I think of is that one, the Hilton Garden Inn. If you get a higher floor, you could probably get a nice view. You see that? That is the Hilton Garden Inn right there. We'll ask a local here. Steven, what do you think? Are there any good hotels that get you a good view? I can't think of any. The Hilton Garden Inn right there is probably one of the best. They do not have a hotel yet at the airport. So the Hilton Garden Inn is probably going to be one of the better ones, especially you can see how those windows face directly to the runway. That is probably about a mile, I would say. Well, William Halley, a $20 Australian super chat. Thank you both to Flight Deck. 1, 2.
Good manners are the glue of society.
You might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Thank you so much, William and Flight Deck. Oh, Q says Kareen is scoping out San Diego as a possible route. That would be pretty rad. So that's probably going to be your best one. There is a walking trail Flight Deck on the south side, but I can't think of any hotels that border it. So anybody chime in here, but that's probably going to give you a really good view. I think I see one other that might be good. Tyler, cool view of Camelback Mountain and the Four Peaks in the distance. Absolutely. Grumpy one, we'll see you later. Have a great day. All right, so the other hotel, where is it? Okay, I think I see an aloft right there, but not quite as tall a building. The Crown Plaza is kind of, you see that building? You can kind of see the Crown Plaza. It's kind of like, what's the word? Turned the perpendicular. And then, thank you, Merrick. Then you've got all the hotels down here downtown. The Hyatt might be good in the morning because usually what happens, Flight Deck, is the morning arrivals usually come from the west. But that's my thoughts. If any other has any feedback. Has, what's up, man? Well, thank you for Merrick. Poland government plane going south, kind of what I expected. Thank you, Robert. and I will be right back. Check, 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 check. All right. All right, sorry, folks. I added some questions. What's up, Orange Cone? Thank you, Ferrari. Telly. Only the silent treatment to you, Orange Cone. HXD, what's going on? Nah, I had some questions, and I was just talking to some people, and so apologies. Steven had a couple of questions, and I was happy to answer. That's a floater right there. He did not want to get down. He's just like floating in the air. So apologies. He had a couple quick questions, and I wanted to be kind enough to answer. And Steven's a cool guy, so. Max 8 from Dallas Love Field. Thank you, Q, for your support. Lynn, good to see you. Lynn says there's a F-35 squawking a 7700 near Sky Harbor. Oh, thank you for that, Lynn. Let's see if I can spot it. It probably is headed to Luke because that's where the F-35s are. So good call, Lynn. Listen, I won't overstate it, but we usually get an emergency down in Tucson probably once every 2 weeks, and it's totally precautionary. So the 757 Honeywell is still HXD over here. Now it's not showing. Interesting, Lynn. So the 757 HXD is still over there, and thank you everybody for tuning in, liking, subscribing. Episode 340. It's good to be with y'all. Wait. Looking for an A321. Oh, there it is. Kind of hiding. Oh, no, there it is. Should do a Harry Carey update every hour.
Hello again, everybody.
Welcome to the show, Harry Carey says. So 42% of you say your team won on Sunday in the NFL. It's a pretty close race between those who lost and won, which is kind of interesting, I think, actually. Now everybody's quiet on me. Punishing me. That's true, Scott. I just thought I just thought there would be either more winners or more losers. But it's almost like split down the middle. It's funny. Your own Chet Bless. Hey, Richard. Good to see you back in the saddle as well, sir. Randy Ariano says lives about 4 miles north of Luke Field. So an F-35 circling over the base appeared to be jettisoning fuel. That was around 2 p.m. local. Thank you so much. Dino, we were supposed to be in Minneapolis this weekend, but it was getting a little too pricey. A couple of challenges came up, so we had to postpone. I do not have a makeup date as of yet, though. But we will keep on the lookout. Dan Reeves. Go Bills. I guess I do have more winners or more viewers in winning cities, Scott. I mean, even Michael Walker's Giants won yesterday. In from Chicago. It is good to be back in the saddle, especially after last Friday when I was working just a few days ago. We had 16 diversions, 16 from Phoenix to Tucson. It was madness on Friday. Joe Carroll says, are you streaming tomorrow? My nephew is flying back home to Toronto on Air Canada Rouge, and I would love to watch his plane take off. You know, Joe, we might just do that. We're just trying to determine if we should or if I should get a hotel room tonight. But, yeah. So that would be pretty cool. We will see. I know for now I will be on the air for a long, long time, as long as I stay hydrated. Temperature will be about the same, maybe a couple degrees warmer tomorrow. And it will be sunny, so we will see. American Airlines in from Reno. Well, Scott, funny enough, Michael Walker is actually from England. I don't know if he fell in love with Eli Manning or what, but he loves the Giants. That's a good question. I would like to know how he became a Giants fan, being all the way from jolly old England. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Glad to have you aboard. I usually stream on my days off, which are Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I have a full-time job in airport operations. He's a New Jersey Giants fan. I actually kind of like this area right here, too, because we're between the terminals, so I don't get any of the jet blast. Licks Catalina. No, SK, I have not. I will definitely have to go check it out. Deal. As we just 175 land from LAX. Licks Catalina. All right, I'm SK. I'm Googling it right now. Oh, look at that. It is 5 stars. How about that? On Oracle. All right. All right, so it would be like a 45-minute drive from my house because I live on the far east side. Wes Adams says, go Steelers. They had a big victory. They did, except Jalen Warren on my fantasy team was out. I could not succeed in fantasy football when Jalen Warren's out. All right, SK, sounds like I need to make a trip to the Catalina foothills. If I don't broadcast tomorrow, I might go there. Yeah, I see that, Scott. The New Jersey Giants. Sounds like you're a hater, man. An Eagles fan. Eagles fan doing the hating. Shocking. Shocking. Yeah, I live over SK. I live over in Vale. I'm like right near Vale. So Tucson Tucson is so spread out. It's not compact whatsoever. It is extremely spread out. Jalen Warren would have helped me, Wes, but I still lost by, I think something, I'm going to end up losing by about 70 points. So I don't know that Jalen would have picked up 70 points. The most I ever got in one fantasy football game was 47, and that was from, no, I got 52 last year from Lamar Jackson. Yep. And of course, Lamar Jackson is injured this year. So that's interesting. 4 hours more of daylight we've got. 4 hours more. Yep, it is all surface streets. Don't get me started, SK. I'm gonna bite my tongue. What's up, Jane? Welcome back, my dear. I am going to be nice to Tucson, SK, but don't get me started. Oh yeah, I still got to change that orange cone. I got distracted again. Tucson has a couple of boneyard planes. The airport itself, Scott, but the Marana Pinal Boneyard is about 45 minutes. Tim Arnold. All right. I'm going to get this fixed right now, my widget. My widget. But it says Phoenix. Eric Lawler says, I flew into Hawaii in the late 80s, early 80s, or late 70s, early 80s twice. I swear we flew a 747 first class to Honolulu from LAX. AI says American did not fly that route, but I knew that's what I flew on. Maybe you sure it wasn't maybe Braniff? You were 100% sure it was American? Maybe it was one of the SPs. 747 SP? The only reason, SK, I would move down to Tucson from Phoenix is the mountains and not quite as hot at night. And that's probably the only reasons. I will tell you, flying Phoenix and flying Tucson, it's so much more convenient in Tucson. A lot less headache. Interesting, Eric. Well, I'm not going to say AI knows everything because they've been wrong before, but exactly, Benjamin. Now, I typically will try to fly out of Tucson to begin with, just because, well, you know, I got to support the home team. But honestly, every time I've flown through Tucson, it's just been a much easier experience, a lot less headaches. And parking's cheaper. You don't have to drive for 2 hours if you live in Tucson. I get that we don't have all the flights in the entire world that are nonstop. We usually have to connect somewhere, but a lot of times it's not that bad. Fresno. So I've been tempted sometimes, but I usually try and support the home team. And I haven't taken, ever since I lived in Tucson, which I moved there in January, I have not ever taken a flight out of Phoenix. I've been able to figure out something to fly out of Tucson. That's right, Jane knows. Easy peasy. JB, what's up? Just here for a few. I definitely remember AA flying to Honolulu in the 80s when I lived there. I just can't recall if they were already flying there when I moved there in 1980. Dan Reeves says, rather smart-looking Falcon 900 coming in shortly. We'll keep an eye out for that. Tim Arnold is waiting to get back here after his Chinese food. Gotta love Tim. And Steven's here as well. No, they don't. Definitely not the rat race vibe. Ooh, a Falcon. Love me a Falcon. Love me a mini tri-jet whenever possible. JB says, found a post, resumed service to Honolulu, December 17th, 1980. Thank you, guys. And if you're just joining us, welcome into Pip's Plane Spotting Live. Episode 340. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Say hi. We love meeting new people. I bet, Jane. Yeah, American West. We were talking about that earlier. What am I looking up here? Something important. Ah, here comes our Falcon. The Honolulu Sphinx was on an L-1011 from Continental. Ah, that's a spacious tri-jet right there. Very cool, Eric. My hope is to at least go till 6 o'clock, or at least until British Airways if we can. I know the sun's going to be knocking on my back for like an hour, but I'm going to try and protect my equipment as best as I can. Rainy Cajun, I just found out I won the Publishers Clearinghouse, so that's very exciting. Nah, didn't it? You know, there tends to be a little bit of a slowdown between like 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2:30, and then things pick up back up. I mean, after all, this is a hub airport. There you go. Congrats, JB. That's huge. Yep. I'm excited for Ed McMahon. So I'm hoping we can be here until, at least till British Airways arrives. Robert D says British Airways arriving in 3 hours and 45 minutes, so less than 4 hours. Thank you, sir. Very cool, Eric. First class. First cushy class. It's time to have some Chinese food, folks. Love me some steamed broccoli. I will, JB. I absolutely will. I'm going to try and get this to last the whole day. So I can save money. Desert Dove, well, thanks for discovering the channel. Thank you so much. You watch the A350 from Heathrow drive by my house every early evening. It is a sight to behold. Glad I found your channel. Subscribe. Well, thank you so much, Desert Dove. I'm thrilled to have you. It's a pleasure to be here at Phoenix. I know we were supposed to be in Minneapolis this week, but the trip got a little too expensive, and I just had to say, and there were a couple other things with the parking garage, so I was like, you know what? For now, we're going to reschedule. Next week, we'll be in Salt Lake City, which I'm really looking forward to. I haven't been to Salt Lake City since December of 2023. An early dinner sounds good, Jane. Pasta salad. Piper Cheyenne. You blink, you might miss it. I just realized I forgot my charger to my cell phone. Fudge. Oops. But I think I have a cord that might work. All right, JB, thanks for tuning in, leaving a like. Appreciate you. And also a reminder that we'll be in Anchorage at the end of October. So hopefully I'll figure out how things work in Anchorage. I should probably take a day off after that too. Just in case. That would be like that's like the equivalent of flying from Tucson to Boston. Oh, look at that, Southpaw. Haha, you ended in a tie. The great thing about my show is that when Southpaw and the Packers either lose or tie, I can laugh at him publicly. Yeah, it was a valiant effort. It was a valiant effort, Southpaw, for sure. Optimistic Mountain Landscape. Hello from Green Valley, Arizona. Ooh, there you go, Jane. Green Valley. Green Valley. I wonder, hey, is that next to Hidden Valley where they make ranch dressing, Jane, and landscaping? You know, I will be going through SeaTac, Jane. That is correct. I'm going to be flying 2 airlines. So, well, no, sorry. I'll be connecting. Let me rephrase that. I will be connecting through Seattle. On the way up, I fly Alaskan. On the way back, I fly Delta. I figured I could have done Alaskan or Delta, but I've never flown Alaska before, and I was like, you know what? I've never flown Alaska, so I figured I'd give it a try. That's true, Dan Reeves. Very true, Dan Reeves. Maybe the Bears are better since they were able to beat the Cowboys. Very true. Delicious. Moon River. Yes, optimistic. I actually live, so I live on East Tucson. I like to say I live in Vail, even though my address is Tucson, because really I'm much closer to Vail than I am downtown Tucson. Check out that Max 8 landing. You know what, Desert Dove? Thank you for bringing that up. The monsoon over the weekend. You spent much of today cleaning up the yard and stuff from the bottom of the pool. Well, Desert Dove down in Tucson where I work, we had 16 diversions because of that monsoon weather. Oh, look at that. There's Tim. He's back. Sacktown, Sacramento. So yeah, Desert Dove, I was very busy on Friday. We had diversions from United and Frontier and Southwest and American and Delta. We did it all. What's up, Air King Flyer? How are you? Happy Monday. Tim finally made it back. That was like a 2-hour Chinese trip. Yeah, it was pretty crazy down there, Desert Dove. I was definitely exhausted. I was toast. I was exhausted. I worked overtime and I was on the move from about 12 to 4:30 5 o'clock. So, that was a long day. Either you can view it as a new personal worst or new personal best with 16 diversions. And the terminal was packed because Phoenix took forever to open up, so people were eating nonstop. I'm sure the restaurants had a record day as we check out this A321neo. Michael V. Andre, thanks for Phoenix. And Michael, thanks so much for that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, sir. Great to see you, Michael. And Michael, don't forget, we'll be in Salt Lake City next Monday and Tuesday, unless something crazy happens. So we're looking forward to that. So a big thank you for Michael and that $2 super chat.
Get to the chopper!
Nope, that's not it.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
That's it. Orange chicken and honey walnut shrimp, Tim says. Vegetable spring rolls. Tim, you're loaded up. Air King Flyer asks, when a diversion comes in, what's the responsibility on your end? Great question. So, with the airport operations side of things, since the airport owns the gates, you have to make sure you have enough gates available, because passengers can't just sit on planes forever. There's actually a rule from the FAA that says you can be fined up to $10,000 a passenger if they have not been either deplaned or given the opportunity to deplane after 3 hours. So for the airport, it's coordinating space because we don't have an infinite number of gates. We don't have an infinite number of parking spaces. We have to keep track for inventory of all the planes that are landed and used gates and all that. So it's a little bit of everything. As we check out Frontier. Great question. Desert Dove, welcome to Premium Economy for just 99 cents. You support the channel and get the full coveted suite of emojis. Thanks so much, Desert Dove.
Good manners are the glue of society.
From Everett, Washington, Payne Field, that 320 was from. Thank you, Benjamin. So those, I would say, would probably be the main things. Air King Flyer is coordinating gate space because you don't have, making sure you have gates, making sure passengers aren't running around. That's a safety and security risk. Yeah, keeping track of everything, inventory. You know, Jane, it's funny because I can't remember, because it's weird how it goes. I think we have 20, I want to say 20 gates, but I don't, that's close, but I can't remember the exact total. Optimistic Mountain Landscape says, MSP was my home airport back in the 1970s. I missed the Red Tails of Northwest, as does everybody in Minneapolis. Optimistic Landscaping. Yeah, Tim, there are plans to expand and redo Tucson International, but it probably won't be for another 10 to 15 years. They have to get the second runway done first. Then they have to close the existing runway to do the connectors for both runways, reopen that, and then they can probably start having a conversation of replacing the old terminal. Yes, you may. Desert Dove, let's just say I work in airport operations. My boss does not like me talking specifically. So, but let's just say I work in airport operations, so I kind of have a intimate role in dealing with the everyday things of runways and taxiways and stuff, but I would tell you in private. Speaking of public, there's Steven. That's kind enough to check out the show today. Bring me, he's a lifesaver, brought me a water and a Pepsi Zero so I won't get fat. And that is much appreciated. Yes, it was Air King Flyer. It was a very big deal. I don't know if you've watched, so we did a diversion show one Monday night, and there were, I think at most, 4 planes on the east ramp. Well, with last Friday's event, we had almost every gate full, and we had an extra 7 planes parked on the east ramp, either waiting to get in their gate because they were a normally scheduled flight, or they were just a diversion. So yes, it was a very big deal. It was exhausting. Well, very cool, optimistic. Yeah, it was, so we had everything. We had a pretty good variety of planes. We had a CRJ 700, a couple of CRJ 700s. We had a Frontier A321 and A320. We had a United A321neo. We had a 737 we had an A320 United. We had a Delta 757. We had an Alaska 737 MAX 8, an American A321. We had it all. We had a cornucopia of planes. They do, Jane. They actually do, Jane, but we never use them because of liability. I don't know why. But that's all I know.